Okay, salute everybody. Welcome to Generation X Radio. I'm your host, Street Knowledge Tony Black. Um, I delivered this news with hesitancy because, granted, they haven't recovered the young lady's body yet. Um, 40 Cal's daughter, um, Saniyya Davis, of course, they released a statement this morning. They did a press conference this morning, um, pretty much saying that they believe that the young lady took her own life or committed suicide. Um, they say that's where the evidence points them to. I will say this, in the original press conference, um, what I could tell by some of the things that they were saying, that a lot of the stuff that they said in this morning's press conference that they knew back then. I think they was kind of hesitant of jumping the gun and telling the family. That was one of the reasons why the young man who she was on the phone with was not a suspect. And that's one of the reasons why I believe that they didn't speak to the gentleman on the elevator. This is just my personal opinion. I don't have no inside track. I'm not no different than any one of you. I just picked up my phone and shared the story that kind of touched my heart. And as a parent, it makes me evaluate things, because our children, no matter how much we believe they confide in us or they tell us everything, there's some things that they're going through that we don't know, that we don't have any inkling that is going on. No different than when we was kids. We didn't share everything. Now, nobody knows for certain what happened, but the evidence that they gather kind of points that way. With respect to the family, anything that I feel personally, whether it be I think that it might be something different, I'm going to keep those comments to myself for right now. This is still fresh. This is new. I know a lot of people have a lot of theories out there, but respect to the family, remember that these are real people going through real things. Most of us try to do our part. In my original video, the only thing that I wanted to do was get the story out there. It wasn't about me. It wasn't about my channel. I appreciate everything that everybody did supporting and sharing. But with that being said, I'm going to show y'all the actual footage for the ones that didn't see it. Here we go right here. And I'll be back in a little bit to close this thing out.
Breaking news in the disappearance of a local college student. According to Erie County District Attorney John Flynn, it appears Saniyya Dennis took her own life. Now, we want to let you know that normally we don't cover suicides, but this is different. This case has gotten so much attention here in Western New York and across the country. We feel we owe you this important update. So the number, if you need help to get it, is up on your screen right now. And two on your sides, Karis Belger is at the DA's office. Karis, this news conference was quite emotional this morning. Let us know what happened.
Good morning, Kelly. We just heard from the district attorney a little under an hour ago. Want to emphasize we would normally not report on the nature of this case. We are only doing so because of how much public interest there was in the search for Saniyya. DA Flynn did give us a timeline of the events as he believed they were based on evidence from multiple law enforcement agencies. He said earlier in the day on April 24th, Saniyya got into an argument on the phone with her boyfriend. He was in the New York City area. He was there the entire time these events took place, and he is not believed to be a suspect. After repeatedly trying to contact the boyfriend, after they apparently broke up on that phone call, Saniyya did send him messages, and she expressed some things along the lines of wanting to take her own life. Saniyya later contacted another friend also in the New York City area and said some similar things. According to DA Flynn, that friend stayed on the phone with her for quite some time, hours, I am told, and later believed that she was okay after she had told him so. Now, later that evening, the DA says Saniyya threw away some personal items in the garbage. DA Flynn would not go into detail about what those items were. He only said it indicated that she was not going to be returning to her dorm based on what she threw away. In the early hours of April 25th, Saniyya was seen on Goat Island by park police cameras, and this is the last time we know she was seen on camera. Flynn also said a selfie was taken on Snapchat by Saniyya by the Nikola Tesla monument, and after that her phone went offline, indicating that it had been damaged in some way. And the DA also mentioned all of this information was given to Saniyya's parents yesterday afternoon. This is what he told us during the update.
I said to the parents, all I can do is be honest with you. I respect you. I'm not going to sugarcoat this at all. I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth of what I have. And this is what I have. And I'm doing the same thing with the public and with you right now.
As I mentioned before, Kelly, we would normally not report on this. We are only doing so because of the nature of what happened and the interest in Saniyya's case. I want to quickly, before I wrap, give the number for crisis services for anyone who needs it. That number is 716-834-3131. Reporting in Buffalo, I am Kara Spelger. Sending it back to you, Kelly.
Man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. It's not. I know for the family, that's not no closure. It got to be hard for them to believe what was being said in those messages and what their young man told to them that she was saying. You know, me, myself personally, just from my own personal experience. When I was a teenager, I had a friend of mine, a close friend of mine, who supposedly committed suicide. I'm 44 now, and I still don't believe that shit. So I hope that the family can get some closure. And the only way that'll happen if they find her, hopefully. That would give them some sort of closure if they can find her and they can do an autopsy. And I still even think then it's going to be hard for them to believe. But with all that being said, and I'm going to close this thing out, check on your babies, man. Check on your babies. Because just because their age say that they're adults, we all go through shit. We all go through shit. And mental illness is something real. We might have dealt with it differently when we was younger, but it's something that's always been real. It's not a new thing. It's not something that people is pushing. It is something that people is absolutely going through. I'm out of here. I'll catch y'all next time. Appreciate the support.